Imagine this. You're sitting at your favorite restaurant, laughter filling the air, plates clinking, the comforting hum of conversations all around. Everything feels normal, safe. But what if, in less than a minute, that peace was shattered? What if you saw three men stand up, their faces twisted with anger, charging toward one man in a suit, a CEO whose success and confidence suddenly meant nothing in the face of violence? That moment of fear, when everyone else froze, is when a true hero was born. The CEO never saw it coming. One second he was taking a sip of his drink, the next he was shoved hard against the edge of the table, glasses crashing to the floor. The three men surrounded him like predators circling prey. Their voices rose, sharp and threatening, echoing across the restaurant. Customers gasped. Some pulled out their phones, others ducked under tables, but no one moved to help. It was chaos. People wanted to look away, but their hearts pounded too fast, their fear kept them rooted to their seats. And then, within 15 seconds, one man made a choice that changed everything. In the corner of the restaurant, a single dad sat quietly with his little daughter. He wasn't flashy. He wasn't rich. He wasn't the type of man you'd notice at first glance. But he was a Navy veteran, a man who had walked through fire, who had stared fear in the eye before, and who carried within him a strength most could only imagine. His daughter clutched his arm, her wide innocent eyes filled with confusion and fear as the room filled with shouting. He looked at her, gave a small reassuring smile, and whispered, "It's going to be okay." Then he stood. Every second felt heavy. He walked forward, steady, calm, shoulders squared, like a soldier on a mission. The three attackers turned their rage toward him, their faces sneering, their voices mocking. They didn't know who they were dealing with. This wasn't just any man, this was someone trained to stand firm when others ran, someone who had already given his life to protecting others, and someone who wasn't about to let his daughter watch evil win. "Back off," he said, his voice low but commanding. The kind of voice that made the entire restaurant fall silent. But the attackers laughed. One lunged forward, throwing a punch. In a blink, the veteran caught his arm, twisted it down, and pushed him aside. Another swung wildly with a chair, but the veteran ducked, countering with a quick, controlled move that sent the man stumbling back. The third hesitated, uncertain now, but the veteran's piercing eyes locked onto him with a promise, "Not today." The fight wasn't a movie. It was raw, messy, dangerous. The veteran wasn't trying to look like a hero, he was trying to end this fast, to protect his daughter watching from the corner, to keep the CEO from serious harm. His heart pounded, but his training kept him sharp. Within moments, the attackers were no longer in control. They were scrambling, confused, their bravado stripped away by the quiet strength of one man who simply refused to back down. And then, it was over. The restaurant erupted with sound, people cheering, clapping, some even crying. The CEO, still shaken, stood slowly, looking at the man who had just saved him. He reached out his hand, gratitude pouring from his eyes. But the veteran shook his head, glancing toward his daughter who now ran into his arms. "I didn't do it for thanks," he said softly. "I did it because it was right." Later that night, back at home, he tucked his daughter into bed. She looked at him with those same wide eyes, but now they were filled not with fear, but with pride. "Daddy," she whispered, "you're my hero." He smiled, kissed her forehead, and whispered back, "No, sweetheart. I just did what anyone should." But, deep down, he knew, he had shown her something she would carry for the rest of her life. This wasn't just a fight in a restaurant. It was a lesson about courage, about stepping up when no one else will, about the kind of love that drives a father to risk everything without hesitation. It was a reminder that true heroes aren't the ones who seek attention or recognition, they are the ones who act, quietly, powerfully, when it matters most. And maybe that's the message we all need right now. That in a world where fear often keeps us silent, it only takes one person, one choice, to stand up, and in doing so, give hope to everyone watching. If this story touched you, if it made you believe again in courage and humanity, then I ask you to take a moment right now, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and share this video with someone who needs to be reminded that heroes still walk among us. Because sometimes, all it takes is 15 seconds to change everything.